Good afternoon. We're now joined by the University of Kentucky. We'll start with opening statement from head coach, and then we open up for questions for student athletes. Coach.
Yes, once again, I want to thank the SEC and this city for hosting a great tournament. Thankful it was first class, and we've enjoyed our experience and opportunity. Also, obviously, this is not how we wanted to end, but to my super senior, to my far right, Emma King, beyond thankful and grateful for what she gave to this program. She's the epitome of what I want every Kentucky Wildcat to be. Loyalty, relentless work ethic, coachable, and the love that she has for Kentucky. And I told her in the locker room, as long as I have breath in my body, I'll walk over water for her, and thankful for what she has done for this program. Obviously, it's been an up and down season, and we go back to work, but I want to let it be known that our future is bright at Kentucky. We had 10 players who had to step up in new roles. The one to my right, 25 total minutes a year ago, and now averaging 26 and 10 points. We'll go down the list. If you player development is really important at Kentucky. Look at what Asia Petty has done this year. Anaya Russell, Cassidy Rowe, Mimi Jenkins. I gave her the task to step up and guard Rakia Jackson, who is a pro, and she did just that. I can go down the list. Brooklyn Miles. We asked her to step up in a role that she has never been in, averaged 7 minutes for the last 2 years, and stepped up and fought. Now, we are far from where I want to be, far from where we need to be, but we have fight in us, and we go back to work. We are built different. I told the players in the locker room, not a lot of players could withstand what we have dealt with this year, but we continue to fight. And for today, we left it on the floor. I asked them to have a blue heart, and they did just that. We came up short, but we go back to work, but very confident in what we bring back at Kentucky.
All right, now we'll take questions for the student athletes. As you call upon name and affiliation, please.
Tanya Witt, Sports View America. Emma, it's been a pleasure the past 5 years. As a Kentucky kid myself, can you just kind of sum up your time at Kentucky?
Yeah, I mean, it was literally my dream. I feel like every little girl's dream in the state of Kentucky is to eventually get here. I told my dad in 5th grade this is what I wanted to do, and it's just been the biggest blessing. The people I've met along the way, it's just been the coolest thing, and I truly just feel so grateful to have been in this position.
Right here in front.
Caroline Makowskis with the Lexington Herald Leader. The both of you experienced a ton of growth this season. It seems on and off the court. Can you kind of speak to how this season challenged you as players and as people, and how you saw yourself grow and learn?
We'll start with Emma.
Yeah, this year, like Coach Elzy said, like we really just took player development seriously, and I feel like that's something that we worked on a lot in the summer, and we saw it, develop throughout the year. I had to play a position, like she said, that was completely new to me, but it was just kind of fun to be able to embrace a new role and to figure out what you can do to help your team win. For me, like it doesn't always show up in the stat sheet, and I was okay with that. And so just being able to do the little things that could help my team in any way was just a really fun thing.
For me, just like last year, I wasn't playing a lot, so I lost all my confidence. I just had to, find myself, get in the gym. So that's where I saw a lot of my growth, and you guys can see it on the floor. I'm hitting shots, just being able to help my team. So that's amazing to me.
Are there any more questions for student athletes? No.
Brad Harvey with College Sportscast. Saniah, the last half of this season, it seems like you really come into your own. Can you explain what clicked for you the last half of the season?
Honestly, just the belief in the coaches having me and my teammates. They push me day in and day out, and this comes from on my own self, just getting in the gym, having confidence in myself, just knowing that I can play at this level, and I just play hard every time I get out there.
All right. Are there any other questions? If not, we'll let student athletes. Okay. Then we'll let student athletes go back to the locker room. Thank you.
Thank
ladies.
you.
And we'll now take questions for the head coach.
Hey. Get your name tag. Emma, get your name tag. Take it with you. Get your name tag. Take it with you. Memory. Get your memory. Take it with you.
Are there no questions for Coach? No one? Oh, okay, I'm checking.
Coach, another year, another, win in the SEC tournament. Can you kind of talk about what's special about this setting and what you liked about the fight from this team?
I don't know, maybe I need to put SEC tournament logos up all year because when we get to the SEC tournament, it's like we're a different team, different hunger, different mentality. Obviously we had a win yesterday, thought we had a lot of fight today, and obviously Tennessee is an unbelievable team, coached by a great coach, my former teammate, but against that caliber team, there were some momentum plays that we had to make and that we didn't, that they were able to capitalize. But if this is the standard of where we want to be, we got to continue to learn and grow. But I liked our fight. I liked our intensity. I thought our defensive tenacity is what we need, and we can continue to build off this.
Coach, back-to-back difficult seasons now. You talked about how this is not where you want to be, but what is your message to the UK fan base at this point about the future of this program?
Well, I'll just say the future is bright. Like I said in my opening statement, I took 10 players that hadn't played really any college minutes, significant minutes besides Maddie Shear, Asia Petty, Brooklyn Miles, Cassidy Rowe, Mimi, Emma, played limited minutes, Saniah, Anaya, Janae Walker. So that is a whole group that hadn't really played any minutes, and then you're asking them to produce. And we did grow up. It didn't always show in the win and loss column, but if you go back and look at the stats, the minutes, they did grow up. They grew up on the job. And it usually takes you to about a junior before it really clicks. And now, you go to the transfer portal, get some more veterans, but the group that I have here returning, we'll be grown up. And that does matter. Experience, and we'll get some. And so, like I said, no excuses, not where we want to be, but it does take time to build, and we'll get to where we need to be.
Are there any other questions for Coach?
Coach, bearing in mind the youth of this team, do you feel like you met program expectations this season?
Well, no, the expectation of this program is to go to the NCAA tournament and compete in the SEC. So we were not where we need to be, but we'll get there. And so, no, not satisfied. We're still hungry. We have work to do, and my staff and I will continue to do that along with the players.
Hey, Coach, Brad with College Sportscast. You have some seniors that have an extra eligibility year. How soon will you have those conversations?
Well, we have those conversations throughout the year already, and so now you give them time to go back, reflect, talk. We'll talk. They'll talk to their parents, and we'll make decisions from there. But we have several that can return, and I'm sure we'll come up with a game plan how we would like to announce those in the near future.
Coach, on your radio show a few weeks ago, you talked about the struggle of recruiting not only out of the portal, but making sure you are still recruiting your current roster. Can you speak a little bit more to that following a difficult season like this one?
Well, no matter if you have a good season or you struggled, part of the reality now with the transfer portal and NIL, you do have to recruit your own kid daily. And so that's spending time hands-on, building great relationships, rapport, having honest conversations, and then just making sure they have the belief in your vision and the program vision. And that's one thing I take great pride in myself, along with my staff, great relationships with our players, and continuing to recruit them. It's not over once they get to your campus. So not only you recruiting your own players, we're also recruiting, we'll recruit out of the transfer portal. And you're still recruiting high school, so you're recruiting 3 sets of players, and it's a tall task, but a job that has to be done. Recruiting is your lifeline. I like where we are right now as far as talking to the recruits that we are and where we are with our current players.
All right. Any more questions for Coach? Hearing that, oh, we'll do one more. You got it.
Coach, you said following the South Carolina game that you expected to return next season. Has anything changed since then?
No, it hasn't, and I've already addressed that.
All right. Thanks, Coach.